Oh, yeah. It's a Wednesday. Yeah. It's Wax Wednesday. This is Wax Wednesday. If you're wax and you have hardwood floors, you go by and show us on the mobile unit. Steve, have you waxed yourself, Steve? You could drive by and show us. Ha ha ha, yeah. It's Wax Wednesday today. Welcome one, welcome all. We are here.
Yes, we are.
We're here on the Morning Disaster. Yeah, good morning, everyone. What's going on? How are you, Steve?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I stayed up and watched the basketball game last night.
Oh.
The basketball game between the United States and Iran. So, excuse me, I'm a little tired. But I got up a little bit later and I rushed to get on. Even the show actually started a few minutes late. But I was rushing to get on. I watched that basketball game last night.
Right.
But the U.S. we looked good, Steve.
Good. About time.
We weren't a mess like that France game. So
that's good. Maybe we have a chance then.
Well, I feel pretty good right now. And of course, they were playing Iran.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, and the United States won by like 60 points, I think, or what? I mean,
oh wow.
Yeah. They won pretty big, so they look good. But that game didn't start. It didn't start till 11:40.
Wow.
But it was on Peacock.
Oh.
Had you watched Peacock?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was live on Peacock, and I started watching it there, and it was pretty good. You know what I mean? And I just got caught up in it and didn't realize the time. And by the time it was over, it was, it was almost 2:00 or whatever. So I was like, holy shit, I got to get up in, like 5 hours. Yeah. So it was one of those nights,
Yep.
Similar to like, I mean, imagine you were necro creeping beach volleyball or something. The game went into overtime, and you're
right,
and you're stuck in the parking lot watching. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's sort of like that. What did you end up doing yesterday? Anything?
Nothing really too creepy.
I hope that you weren't doing anything creepy. I just want to know what you were doing. Did you?
No, I stayed home yesterday and I made jalapeno jelly.
Jalapeno jelly. How did you make that?
Out of jalapenos and jelly.
Well, what kind of jelly?
Well, you just use regular gelatin. Yeah.
Okay.
And you put jalapeno. It's like you make like regular homemade jelly, only I put jalapeno in it.
Well, why would you do that? I mean, what is?
Because it's good.
Yeah, I mean, what is it used for?
Well, I put it on crackers.
Oh.
With a little bit of cream cheese. Yeah.
So you don't mix with it's not mixed with peanut butter or anything.
No, you don't know. Yeah, I've not tried it with peanut butter, but I don't think it would go too well with jalapeno and peanut butter because it has a little bit of a kick to it.
So it's not sweet like.
It has a sweetness to it, but it's not sweet like regular jelly. It has a kick too. It's this combination of sweet and spicy.
Because regular jelly has fruit and
right.
It's fruit and sugar is basically what it is.
Right. This is basically just gelatin and sugar and jalapeno.
Well, what color is this jelly?
Kind of a yellowish. Kind of looks like pea.
I'm sorry, what?
Looks like pea.
It looks like pea. You eat something that looks like pea?
It looks like gelled pea, yes.
So it's a yellowish
color. Yeah.
pea color.
Yeah.
And you eat it on crackers?
Yes.
And it's made with jalapeno peppers.
Yes.
Where do you get the peppers from?
My neighbors give them to me, or a friend give them to me. They're growing them in their garden.
They have a garden?
Yeah, I've got a whole mess of them.
And then you cut the peppers? Is that what you do?
Yeah, you dice them up really fine. You can't even really tell there's jalapenos in it. You cut them up super, super fine. Of course, you have to cook them down, and that's so they soften up and all that. And then you incorporate that in the jelly.
So it turns so the gelatin that you mix it with is clear.
Yes.
And yet
basically your gelatin and sugar is a clear mixture. But then once you add the little bit of a green jalapeno to it, it darkens it.
So there's you put sugar in as well.
Yes.
And then you put your jalapenos in.
Yes.
And it turns yellow.
Yellowish, yeah.
Well, why wouldn't you put in some food coloring or something?
I don't know. I suppose I could.
I mean, just if it looks like pea, why would you want to be reminded of pea?
I'm not thinking about it. You just asked what color it looked like. Well, that was instantly the first color that popped in my head. Well, it's yellow, so it looked like pea.
So your description of it looking like pea that's the first thing you think of when you see it is,
not when I think of it, but if somebody were to ask me,
that looks like pea. Let me eat some of that. I'm just saying, why wouldn't you mix a little food coloring or something into it?
Because I don't.
By the way, Kathy says she loves jalapeno jelly.
Yeah, see?
She's good. She loves jalapeno jelly spread.
Yep, exactly. Oh, it's cream cheese, just a little bit of cream cheese, a little bit of jalapeno. Oh yeah.
Well, you put the cream cheese is not with the jelly.
No, you add it separately to your cracker.
And then you put the jelly on top of the cream cheese, or
yep, just a little bit, not a whole lot, because you don't want to burn yourself.
And then what kind of crackers you eating?
I use any kind of cracker.
I mean,
the kind
isn't there a certain kind? I mean, wouldn't you put like a butter cracker or
a Ritz cracker? Yeah,
you use a salt. You don't use a saltine, do you?
Well, I suppose you could if you had saltine, but I use a butter cracker.
All right. Kathy says you white people, you're very addicted to this.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Holly says Steve's he's so brutally honest. He's so brutally honest. LOL, it looks like pea. Yeah. I'm just saying, well, he could have said it looks like.
It could have said it looked like pineapple, I guess.
Yeah. That would have made more sense.
Okay. It looks like it's yellowish like pineapple.
That you just jump. The fact that you jump to, this looks like urine.
Well,
that's what's got to creepy. I mean, it was a creepy answer. As answers go, it was. Nick has heard this. I'll ask him.
Nick, what the hell did I enter into cracker talk?
he made jalapeno jelly.
Okay.
And I asked him what it looked like. And he could have said, well, it looks like pineapple or it's yellow. He goes, no,
it's got a yellow hue to it.
Yeah.
He says, it looks like pea.
It has a yellow tint to it.
I just think that's a little creepy to jump.
I'm not shocked by this.
It looks a little creepy to go right to pea. I'm just saying, it's a little creepy to say that that's the hue that your jalapeno jelly comes out like, but What can I say? That's what you like. You like your jalapeno jelly. Then you eat it with crackers, Ritz crackers, and vegetable spread, and cream cheese.
Yep.
Is it regular cream cheese or like
it's
a
regular.
veggie?
Spreadable.
Like a bagel cream cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. DZ says, after yesterday, you're upset about cracker talk. What are you, secretly racist, Nick? I have no idea what you're suggesting. Nick's racism has
Good
nothing. Nick's racism has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with his racism. Has nothing to do with his dislike of crackers.
All right.
Right? I'm correct
Shut
in
up.
saying that. I'm just saying that I'm correct in saying that.
No, what you're insinuating is that I have racism.
I'm not insinuating that at all.
Yes, you are, because you just said my racism, as in I have racism.
Does your racism have anything to do with this?
Ray?
What? I'm correct in what I'm saying. Your racism has nothing to do with this.
Words matter, sir.
All right. Well, then. All right. Let me just. Racism in general has nothing to do with any of this.
There you go.
Yes, especially yours.
Because you're shut up. quit putting ownership of racism onto me.
Speaking of racism, have you seen the people that are upset because of the girl from the Olympic team, Simone Biles? Oh my God!
I hate people. I just really do.
I mean, the girl goes to do. She goes to do a jump off of. This is from what I understand. She goes to do. They're warming up, and she does a jump off a beam or off of a vault or whatever. And she says she knew her mind. There was something going on, but she got up in the air, and she said she got lost. While she was in the air, she got lost and confused. And when she almost didn't land. I mean, this girl could have killed herself, dangerously hurt herself. And at least she was smart enough to realize, holy shit, something's going on here. This isn't right. And then she realized it's all getting to her, and so she dropped out. People got so angry. Holy
She's allowed to do that.
Yeah.
She can do whatever she wants. She's allowed to do that.
And
unless you personally finance her trip to the Olympics, you have no say.
Do you know, and by the way,
and even then,
how much she cost herself, because her sponsorships were tied to her performing.
Yeah.
In the fact that, so she had to pull out of the team competition. She said, I can't do it. It's and I could not fathom. I mean, I'm just trying to go with what's going through her mind.
If she's pulling out, there's something wrong. And people need to accept that.
Well, if she gets up and she's twisting in the air and she has and she lost it, she basically said that she lost, and you could see it when you're watching it. She lost. I don't even think it's a question of equilibrium. She literally had that sort of moment, like she didn't know where she was. I mean, I could not imagine how scary that was, So she said until she figures this out, she needs to take a break from it.
Yeah.
And in
she's
fact,
allowed to.
now she's pulled out of. And then the other thing people were saying is because she's selfish, so she didn't want to win a team medal for the United States. I by the way, that's bullshit. I think the girl doesn't care if she wins a medal. She didn't care about who she was winning a medal for. I think she cared about whether she'd live or die.
About her health.
Yeah,
you're allowed to do that.
She was worried about her health. She should be. She was doing something that could kill her. It could kill her. And the girl, the girl barely landed. And now she's pulled out of the overall competition, which is the one that was the individual medal. That people were claiming that she wanted that individual medal and not the team medal, which is ridiculous.
You know that these games don't matter after they're all over, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't affect anything.
No.
So the fact that people are getting upset about it is just ridiculous.
And people are, oh my God, they're so upset. But I got to be honest, most people that I know or people that most people I associate with are like, oh, well, that sucks, whatever. I hope she's okay. They could care less. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You just hope she gets better. But there are some people who really are angry. I mean, they're really mad.
For no reason.
Yeah. Yeah. And very racist. I mean, it's just we live in a bizarre time. We live in a very, very bizarre time. I could not imagine not knowing, for the flash of, I don't even know how long it was. It was fractions of a second to get up there and be flipping around or whatever and not know where you are. Holy shit. And the girl's only 24. And Tyler wants to know, is the video of her during practice where she got lost online? Yeah, it was on TV. Said he wants to know if it's online. Yes, it was. They were doing it yesterday morning during our show. So yeah, it was on TV. Of course it's on TV. And I mean, I can't, I hear stories of people who have dementia, which unfortunately, those stories are closer to my age than Simone Biles' age. She's 24.
She's put her body through the ringer.
Yeah.
At age 24.
But I hear these people with dementia, like they're driving a car or they're in their house or they're out for a walk or whatever, and it hits them and they don't know where they are. And there's a fear, and whenever I hear those stories, I'm just mortified for the people. Now, imagine you're 24 and that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's the cause, but this girl was molested. Remember the whole that doctor? It's not one of the things that she talks about. But she was one of the girls molested from that fucking animal, that the doctor.
Yeah.
She goes through that. I mean, it's got to be unbearable. The training for the Olympics has got to be unbearable. And then she gets to this point where right before the biggest competition of her life, this happened.
She could have had a triggering moment when doing her
yes.
exercise.
So she says, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
And they said,
and she's allowed.
Yeah.
She
is now.
Nothing.
She is now. But if it was a different time, if she was Carrie Strug, they would have made her continue.
Yeah.
People forget that Carrie Strug was a U.S. Olympian. The girl said she couldn't feel her foot.
And
her coach said, you've got to go.
Pressured her.
Made her go.
Yeah. Granted, it was a miracle type of performance at the end, but that's
Carrie,
ridiculous
by the way,
make someone do that.
Carrie Strug ended up with an injury because of that had her retire at, like, I want to say the age of 18.
Yeah.
She could never ever do it again. That's how, I mean, that's what kind of sport this is.
One moment.
Yeah. They got her a medal that, means what?
It didn't mean the medal doesn't mean anything, but what it meant was publicity for the coach and their training camp. That's what that was.
Well, for her, it means what? It's not like she got a ton of endorsements or a ton of money. She went and started her life. It was just crazy. So, hats off to this girl, Simone Biles. I feel horrible for her. And then to see the people attacking her is insane.
Because we as humans are terrible.
It truly is. It truly is insane to attack this girl. And some of the attacks are out there. And also a very racist. They really are, which shouldn't even be an issue. It's just crazy, and I can't believe that people can't look at what's going on and admit, oh yeah, that's racist. You know what I mean? What they're doing is racist. I'm just blown away by the people who can't, understand what's going on. But yeah, that's one of the things that's happening is that Simone Biles, now she's pulled out of the overall competition. And that's the big one, by the way. The overall one is the one that, that's the one that you want to win. That's the best gymnast in the world competition. And they don't know if they say it doesn't look good that she'll get in any individual, because they also do individual, because there's what, the vault, the beams, or there's the one beam that you walk across, and then there's the uneven parallel bars, or whatever they're called. Like, and then the floor exercise. They're saying now they don't know if she'll even get in any of those for individual medal. So who knows? Yeah. But so I feel bad for the girl. But the basketball team looked, like I said, I watched the basketball game last night. The basketball team looked good. They did what they're supposed to do. They were driving to the basket and kick it out. You know what I mean? They were doing what the teams that won gold before. They were doing what they had done, because Olympics, by the way, the Olympics, they don't call fouls. All right. As long as your hands are up, you can bump someone with the body. You're not going to get a foul.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't. Yeah. I mean, the refs don't call it as close as like NBA refs do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you look like you're trying to cover them, they'll take it easy on some fouls. I mean, they'll still call fouls. But a lot of the way, if it's close, they'll be like, yeah, you know. And the NBA players actually started playing the way they're supposed to. They sort of said, fuck it. Let's play by their rules. Because I think we have this in the United States, we have this sort of, okay, we do it the right way. Everybody else does it wrong. Let's try to get everyone to do it our way. And then they get into the Olympics and they realize, okay, they're not going to change to meet our needs. You know, and this is and even Michael Jordan, even the Dream Team. When Michael Jordan expected to drive and they would, you know, give him the call, he realized they weren't going to do it. So he just started playing the Olympic style. And that's when they started, you know, blowing everybody out. That happened last night. The United States basketball team started playing the way that the rest of the world plays. And they'd get the ball and with the intention of driving to the basket. And then they would kick out and they looked very good. So I just want to tell you that I was not disappointed last night by the Olympic basketball team. And it was well worth staying up to watch. I thought they looked pretty good. So I watched some Olympics last night. I'm fully into it, Nick. I actually won a bet on the Olympics.
I was wondering when you were going to say something about.
You think that's the only reason I care is because
I think it's the number one reason that you care.
Yeah. I bet on the over. For the United States and Iran over. I bet over 168 points, of which they blew by it. You know, there was still a little bit of time left, and they blew by it. So, yeah, I was very impressed with the performance last night, and I won a little bit of money. Thank God. So you know me. That's what it's about. I love you know, I love the competition, but I also love the gambling. Hey, it's a Wax Wednesday. Did you see I came up with a name for Wednesday?
A Wax Wap Wednesday.
So far, so Monday was Muff Monday. Hey, we ought to do Muff Monday. Yesterday was Tete Tuesday. And today was Waxed Wednesday. And tomorrow will be Thong Thursday. These are the days that these are the days the Mr. Photographer wanted to highlight during the disaster years. Every week he would say, hey, you know what we should do next week? What's that, Jim? Thong Thursday or Tite Tuesday. So there you go. There you go, man. I love it. The United States is now leading in overall medals. And by the way, there's still another week and a half of this of the Olympics to go. There's still, we still got time left of more Olympics. And yet people are upset. Well, I'm just saying people are they're just now starting to get into it, because every 4 years, we have people who say, I'm not going to watch those goddamn Olympics. I'm not going to watch them. I heard there's a guy that commented yesterday. It was on Facebook. The guy said, Black Lives Matters. Black Lives Matters has ruined the Olympics. And I was like, what? What is he watching? He said, I'm not, can one of you guys tell me how Black Lives Matter ruined the Olympics?
I'm trying to figure it out myself.
Yeah, I don't I'm just trying. I was trying to figure it out when he said it. It's like, how did Black Lives Matter ruin the Olympics for you? But he was saying it. That's why he won't watch it. I'm not going to watch it. Black Lives Matters has ruined it for me. Yeah. So there's some people that they say that they have been saying they're not going to watch it. Well, right around now is the time when they have started watching it and they go, all right. So then they start to get into it.
It's like saying Black Lives Matter ruined Fruit Loops for me. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. You know, it's not ruining anything. And so the competition's been going on. And people are just now getting into it. This happens every Olympics. There's always a bunch of people that claim they're not going to watch it. And about Tuesday, about the first Tuesday is when they start to get into it, you know. And that's what's happening. They're starting to get into it. So we're starting to see some more interest in the Olympics. You'd be like Fat 420. Now Fat 420's been watching them from the very beginning. Like he was on the show. When did they start? Like last Friday or whatever?
Yeah.
He was on the show Friday watching the Olympics, and all weekend he was watching it. And even the last couple of days he's been watching. So he has never stopped watching the Olympics. He's been in it from the very beginning. But everybody else is coming in there, and I'm saying that there's only a week and a half left. And then there'll be people that will be angry when they're finally over. They'll go, oh, it's so sad the Olympics are ending. Well, I'm saying they only last so long, every 4 years. Well, of course, it'll be 3 years. It'll be 3 years until they do the next one. But
people only want to watch the medal rounds, or they don't want to watch everything leading up to the medal rounds.
Yeah. Like softball, they gave the gold medal away yesterday, women's softball, which sucked because the United States lost. The United States hadn't even given up a run or something in the prelims, and they gave up a run to Australia in the prelims, and they ended up losing the gold medal to Japan yesterday. And I love women's softball. It's one of my favorite sports.
Me too.
And then I think it's one of mine because it's one of my
differently. Say that differently.
He sounded mad about it.
It wasn't mad.
Well,
it was.
I just got to be. I love the women's.
It sounded like someone in a parking lot would say. Me too.
I love it because I love softball. I love the athleticism. I like those moments. You know, I like the skill. I like the strategy. I coached. You know what I mean. That's why I like it. Why do you like it, Steve?
Second baseman's butt.
There it is.
Which I didn't even take a chance to notice that. Yeah. Yeah. So. Oh, well. Heh. Yeah. It's a Wax Wednesday. Yeah. So. Oh, well. And DC says the Winter Olympics is blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about the Winter Olympics. Talking about Summer Olympics. I mean, the Winter Olympics, you know. Winter Olympics, Winter Bush Olympics. I don't know. But I'm just saying the good Olympics, the Summer Olympics, are only every 4 years. They're only every 4 years. And that's what's going on now. And it happens every 4 years. People they don't start getting into the Olympics until like the Tuesday. And then they go, "Oh, these are actually kind of cool." So people are watching it. I the whole time, and I just, Nick, let me know if you're the same way. I just think I can't believe they're actually that these are actually happening. Because I really thought they would cancel these at the last second. So I'm just glad they're actually having the Olympics, you know. 'Cause I thought COVID would kill the Olympics, and it didn't. So thank God for that. I'm glad they're happening. You know,
I just saw the most interesting thing on a men's 3-on-3 playing basketball.
Yeah.
The dude's sole came off of his tennis shoe
while they were playing.
Yeah, Latvia and Russia, and his sole came off the bottom of his shoe, and he went to the sideline to tape it back on.
Oh, he's taping it.
Yeah, what came off totally came off on the court. The whole bottom of his shoe came off. Don't they have new Nikes?
I don't know what country is it?
Latvia.
Well, they would have to have a deal with that country over, you know.
It's crazy. I'm like, what? And he's just taping it up on medical tape.
What shoe company is providing their shoes?
They all have different shoes on.
Yeah, so it just depends on who you have a deal with, who you're wearing.
Right. Crazy. Yeah. They said he threw a shoe.
And the country is Batavia, you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is 3-on-3?
Yeah.
Have you watched any of the 3-on-3 basketball, Nick? It's actually kind of cool.
There's no black people in it at all. All white guys.
Well, because the countries are what? Batavia and
Russia.
Yeah. There's no black people in Russia.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know a bit of Russia.
Well, there's no I don't think there's have you ever seen a black Russian?
No. Well, no. Yeah. A drink.
Well, I don't think that they have
Oh, they don't.
Yeah. I don't think they have yeah. Like Russia overall doesn't have very many black people living in it.
Right.
In fact, I think when they were a communist country, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when they were communists, they didn't allow them. You know.
Yeah.
I think they I think that they didn't allow black people in the country. So I believe they just started allowing, and I think that they're not very they certainly when they were a country where they are now, which is, you know, they're not communist anymore, which sort of pisses off their leader. You could tell, like, Putin wishes they were, you know.
Right.
But I think that's when they sort of let people immigrate to there. So I think that's when you had some African American or African Africans move into Russia. But I think overall there's not many black people that live in Russia. So it's going to take time before they ever have a black athlete on a Russian sports team. So, you know. So that's going to take a while. You know, DZ says, again, the race special. I'm no expert, but let me expound on the subject. Well, prove me wrong. Somebody go ahead and tell me I'm wrong. I
believe you, Ray.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. I'm just telling you. They don't have many Afro-Russian people.
Right.
That's a new thing for them because they literally just opened up their country when they got rid of communism, and they just got rid of communism.
Right.
So they weren't allowed under communism. So these are all people that would have been there, that would have somehow moved in to Russia since whatever, I don't know, when did they get rid of communism? In the 90s, you know?
Yeah.
So they would have been people who have just recently moved in. So let them get settled. Then I'm sure you'll see some black athletes eventually,
right,
as they have kids and kids grow up, and you know. Then we'll see some Steve. If that meets your if that meets your level of what a 3-on-3 basketball player should look like. You know, I'm just trying to, you know. I'm just trying to put that out there. That Russia is not, you know. DC says, sorry to ask you to defend your argument. I didn't realize we were playing by Fox News rule. No, I was making I said I'm guessing. I don't have time. I'm sure I could Google and find facts backing this up. I'm just telling you off the top of my head. I was expounding upon what my common sense tells me, and that's what, and I made that very clear. But it's very documented that when they were a communist country, they didn't allow black people. They also, by the way, not only were they anti-black, they're anti-gay, they were anti a lot of things. So they certainly didn't allow those people to openly live in their country. I'm saying this is a new thing for that country to allow people to immigrate there. You know, and black people, in fact, Dan says, and he got this from Google. He says there literally are only 50,000 Afro-Russians in their whole country. So that's it. That's all they have in their whole country. So it's a new thing for them. You know. But give them time.
Right.
Give them time. Immigrants come in and they have babies, and the babies, if they're good athletes, they'll eventually rise to the top. And they'll eventually, you know, that's just how it goes. I will say, at least they weren't like us. You know, we went and took the black people from Africa and then made them work for free.
We don't want that critical race theory on the show.
But that's a fact. We went and we enslaved them, and stole them from their land and then brought them here.
America was based upon puppy dogs and apple pie.
No, they made.
How dare you?
They made.
Give us history lessons.
We made them slaves.
What terrible things we did on the backs of others.
That's how we first got black people into the United States. It's not like we welcome them with open arms. No. We made them work for rich white people for no money. And then eventually we had a war, and thank God we ended slavery. And then they freed them. So the black people experience is a lot different from you and Nick's experience, is what I'm saying, Steve. My experience is different because, my grandfather came into the country in, right before, in the 1930s or whatever. He got a job where they were building the railroads. He got a job building the railroad and built it up to Chicago. And then decided to work for the railroad into Chicago. He and his Mexican wife had children, one of which were my mother. So it's a little, that's the American story, I think, for a lot of people. But I'm just saying that a lot of the black people, it wasn't a choice, like my grandfather chose to come into this country. And you guys I don't know what your ethnic background is, but as did a lot of Irish and Italian and Scottish and, a lot of Europeans. They decided to come here for a better life. I'm just saying the Africans did not decide to come here. They were taken from their land. And that's what they don't want to teach, Nick, is that?
Essentially, yes.
That's what the critical race argument's about?
Yeah. And then just the everything from then on till now, essentially.
I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah. But this also includes the internment camps during World War II for the Asians.
That's what happened.
I know. The race riots, like the one in Springfield.
That's what happened.
I know.
So they don't want to teach facts to children.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought it was they just didn't want they didn't want opinion in that. You know what I mean? That's what I thought it was. They just wanted the facts taught.
There's always opinion when it comes when teaching though too.
Yeah,
but it's based upon facts, and what opinions do is provide a civil discourse of discussion of why it was wrong or what we could have done better or what can we learn from.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I think that's wrong. I think it's wrong to. Of course, if you're teaching something like slavery to children, as a teacher, you're going to say, "Well, this is wrong. This is horrible."
Yes. And I
thought it was them saying that teachers aren't allowed to do that.
Well, what media is blowing out of proportion is the actual, this is what people are misleading is that they're saying that what they're trying to tell teachers is that here, America's bad, which is not the case. Yeah. It's just teaching what happened.
No, listen,
this is what happened. This actually happened.
America is a great place. It really is. Well, the freedoms we have
overall, yes.
The freedoms that we have are the envy of the world.
Yeah.
Because no one else could ever pull off the way that we did. I mean, you just can't. But
even though we did it off the backs of others.
Yeah. But you can't deny there are parts of America that we need to look at and be critical of. Absolutely.
Yes.
There are things that this country has done that is horrible.
And the only way we can improve on that is to look back at the past of what we did wrong.
And experience some shame about it and try to be better in the future.
Yeah, we don't have to. Yeah, it doesn't have to be
not
feel bad about it all the time. It's just talk about it. Just
not talking about stuff. Not talking about stuff means that we won't have that shame. How do we actually better ourselves?
Correct.
Besides, the thing with America is you eventually let people in. People that have come here.
It's written on the statue.
Or people that you've taken and brought here, and included them into your society. They're going to have different.
Included right now would be in quotation marks.
Well, I'm just saying that's what America is built on. Is all those people matter just as much as the other one. It doesn't matter. And I think one of the problems with the country is that you have people who say, well, my family has been here since the 1600s.
Yeah. Well,
so what we say,
that family's dead.
What we say means more than what you say. No.
Not anymore.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because the second you look at my family. My grandfather did not come to the United States till the 1930s. But guess what? So that means he had a child and she had children, and I'm one of them. But even though my grandparents didn't come here until the 1930s, I have just as much say as you, and if you don't like it, fuck you. That's America. That's America. And people need to realize that, because we're all equal. You might say, well, my family has more money than yours, so I have more say. No, that's not how it's supposed to work. No, we have equal say. And we have a vote. And whoever wins the vote, that's what it is.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not, that's how it works. Like these people who think that patriotism should be a law. No. We have freedom of speech in this country. If you don't want to be patriotic, you don't have to be patriotic. You don't have to. Now, you have to suffer the consequences of your free speech. But you certainly won't be shunned or thrown in jail for what your speech is. We're supposed to all be equal. That's what makes this country great. So the fact that there are people who are trying to somehow decide whose say is worth more than, those are the ones that are really un-American, if you ask me.
All right.
At least that's my take on it. Like the people that were arguing yesterday that Simone Biles and saying horribly racist things Like she has less of a say than, I mean, come on. That's the epitome of racism. You can't determine who has more rights or who, whatever, because in the United States, we're all supposed to have the same. Yeah. Yeah, you can be a patriot if you want. You know, that's your right, but you don't have to be. Like we don't force our
no, that's called nationalism.
Yeah, we don't force people to join the service. We're not, we're not some country that forces all young people to join the service. We're not. It's just how we are. We don't force you. We're not North Korea. We don't force you to somehow pray to our president or any of that. You can like the president or not like the president. That's fine. Just vote. You'll get a chance to vote him out or vote whoever you want in a few years. That's how it works. So I never understand people who get so angry about stuff politically. It really is bothering. But I honestly didn't know that the whole critical race theory was them just not wanting to teach slavery, period. That's crazy.
No, it's not overall, period. It's just it's getting more in depth with it. It's more of, yeah, we could say there was slavery, but that's it. You're just going to say there was slavery, not this was a bad thing, and here's why.
Well, I mean, I would think that most children understand it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you were buying and selling human beings.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned. It's crazy. The Olympic bronze medal. The Olympic bronze medalist in the triathlete is a girl named Hayden Wild. I'm sorry. Hayden Wild's ex, like the guy who finished third as a triathlete. His ex has made the news. Why would you choose to interview this woman? She was interviewed after he won the bronze medal. They interviewed her in New Zealand.
I went to primary school with him and he's grown so much, and yeah, real proud. I regret backing up with you. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah. So why would you choose to find the ex-girlfriend of the guy who just won? Why would you choose to interview the ex-girlfriend of the guy who just, won the? Is that what they're doing?
It's people just have no taste.
Why would you say, hey, I know, let's interview the ex-girlfriend? How funny. Here's the announcer from rugby.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
I'm not even going to play that. I'm not going to play that. Hold on. Let me get into a serious thing. Here's a Simone Biles talking about withdrawing from last night's team final.
I've just never felt like this going into a competition before, and I tried to go out here and have fun and warm up in the back went a little bit better, but then once I came out here, I was like, no, mental is not there, so I just need to let the girls do it and focus on myself. Physically, I feel good. I'm in shape. Emotionally, that kind of varies on the time and the moment. Coming here to the Olympics and being the head star of the Olympics is not an easy feat, so we're just trying to take it one day at a time, and we'll see. I say put mental health first. It's okay sometimes to even sit out the big competitions to focus on yourself because it shows how strong of a competitor and person that you really are.
So there you go. There was her words, Simone Biles' words herself of what was going on yesterday. And some people are choosing to attack that. Yeah. That's how it,
This is how terrible we as a society are.
Yeah. Yeah. In Indiana, right next door to us, Steve, you'll like this. In Indiana, they finally caught the serial pooper. There is a person who has been leaving feces and toilet paper in a neighborhood during her jog.
Haven't they been looking for her for like 10 years?
Here's the deal. Everybody has been blaming. They've all been blaming this one woman. They've been accusing her of doing this. And the woman was saying, oh my God, that's not me. I'm not leaving poop and toilet paper. That's not me. But everyone was convinced that she was the one who did it. And it turns out it wasn't her. They caught the actual serial pooper. You ever do that, Steve? You ever gone for a jog through a neighborhood and left a?
No, I can't say that I have.
I mean, why would you just leave that stuff out there? Why wouldn't you hide that stuff? Yeah. I mean, seriously, people can't even take their dogs for a walk and leave that out. You know what I mean? You pick up dog poop. It's just horrible.
We colored the pooper. We have found her droppings in our yards. She carries her own toilet paper, and she just leaves the toilet paper behind.
In 3 or 4 different yards down the street, every other yard. The toilet paper is the calling card, so we know when we see that she's been around.
So the woman's out there jogging, and she just takes a dump. And then she uses toilet paper to wipe herself.
Well, thank God they can move on now.
Yeah.
How did they catch her? DNA?
I have no idea how they caught her. I'm sure there's more to it. But they say they cracked the case and got the woman. And now they've got the serial pooper, and they're asking her to get professional help.
Well, then the phantom shitter is going to have to watch out.
Yeah. But the phantom shitter is not publicly shitting. The phantom shitter. Yeah.
In people's yards.
In people's yards. He's doing it in the Menards bathroom.
Or a Target.
But the phantom shitter is not shitting out there in the open, and he's going to a facility to do his shitting. Oh my God. I just feel sorry for the woman they've been blaming,
Yeah, I'd be getting that apology letter.
Like that poor woman has been blamed. People walking around going, "You look at you. You're the secret shitter," and she's going, "No, it's not me. I swear to God." And it turns out it's somebody else. And then the police won't reveal who it is. Because it's embarrassing, the police don't say, "Oh, it's so-and-so."
The next neighborhood watch meeting, I'd be like, "You guys owe me a huge apology."
Yeah. I'd be demanding.
Like right now. Yep.
I demand an apology for you guys saying that I was the booper. And a South Dakota woman kept her promise to her deceased husband and drank on what would have been their 50th anniversary. She drank a 50-year-old Coors Banquet beer.
Ugh.
Would you drink a 50-year-old beer?
No.
I better hope it gives me like superpowers afterwards.
There's no way I drink that.
You couldn't buy Coors anyplace but Colorado. He pulled out this little can and said, "We'll have this on our 50th anniversary." It always just got packed up and went along, and we just never really thought about it. We sat down, we talked a while about Dad and about our marriage, and then we got out the Coors. I was very surprised. I thought it would be full of crap, and it wasn't.
It was.
Did they keep it in the fridge, or what did they? Where was this Coors? I wonder. I have so many questions. But she drank the Coors to honor her husband. By the way, when I'm gone, my wife's not going to do any of that shit. You know what I mean? She and I want you young guys, if there's, I don't know if anybody's young is even listening, but I want you guys to hold her to it. To just remind her, or my daughter, just sort of bring me up in hopes that they somehow will at least pretend to give a shit. I'm telling you. I wonder how long after I die the next marriage will happen.
Well, Sean will be at your door with a ring.
Oh, it will not be the Sean. I can tell you that right now. There's no way. It's not going to be a Sean.
Well, I didn't say the wedding would happen.
Yeah. Well, he might ask, but
yeah.
She's not going to, she certainly is not going to accept any, proposal from him, I would think. I bet it's not too long. You know what I mean? I bet it won't be too long.
Let's stay positive.
Well, it won't matter to me. I'll be dead, but
yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think it'll be that long. But me, if my wife were to die, I would not instantly go out and get, remarried. Because that just seems wrong. Pete says the new husband will probably have a job. Thank you, Pete. Yeah. She'd get a job for that new husband. It won't help me get one. Fuckers. By the way, today is National Milk Chocolate Day.
Oh.
Which is good because I just drank my milk chocolate protein drink.
Your Fairlife?
My Fairlife, yeah. People in Missouri are getting vaccinated. Check, this is crazy. This might be the nuttiest thing I tell you today. People in Missouri are deciding to get vaccinated. So they're putting on a disguise. They're putting on a disguise. And then they're going in and getting the vaccination. They're embarrassed. They are too embarrassed to let their friends and family know that they're actually getting vaccinated. This is crazy. Here's Dr. Priscilla Fraze talking about this bizarre behavior.
They've had several people come in to get vaccinated who have tried to sort of disguise their appearance and even went so far as to say, please, please, please don't let anybody know that I got this vaccine. I don't want my friends to know.
I mean, that's crazy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
No wonder St. Louis County is closed down.
I mean, that's crazy. You have to disguise yourself just to get a vaccine. Oh my God. A Florida man struck his roommate in an assisted living facility because his roommate would not watch cartoons. The roommate wanted to watch the show Monk. So the guy,
I want to watch Heckle and Jekyll. No, I want to watch Monk.
Glenn Hutchinson picked up something and beat his roommate with it. Police came in and arrested him for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. They hated Monk.
It's jungle out there. Disorder and confusion everywhere. No one seems to care. Well, I do. Hey,
I think they just hate Randy Newman.
It's jungle out there.
I don't think it was the Monk part.
It's the Randy Newman's Monk theme. The guy was so angry because his roommate watched Monk. Oh, that's great. I mean, I would just try to figure out what's going on in Monk and watch it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Ben Affleck and J-Lo. Ben Affleck and J-Lo are back going strong, Nick.
Oh, good for them.
But in 2016, there's a show called Watch What Happens Live. And Jennifer Lopez was a guest on this show. And they asked her what she thought about the tattoo that Ben Affleck had gotten in 2015.
Was it one he got on his back?
Yeah, his wife split up with him, Jennifer Garner, and is because he literally had a drinking problem that he needed to clean up from. They asked Jennifer Lopez what she thought of the tattoo. So people are now going, what does she think the fact that he's got this tattoo? And here's what she thought of it.
What is your honest opinion of Ben Affleck's Phoenix back tattoo? There's the tattoo.
It's awful.
It's not attractive.
I would tell him that. I would tell him, like,
right.
What are you doing?
Right.
It has too many colors.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's still got it or not, but that's what she said. That was even before they were back together. That's what she said. So I imagine,
I'm sure it's not affecting their relationship at all.
Well, I'll tell you what though. Did you see the picture of them on the boat?
No, because I don't care.
Did you guys see the picture of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez? Jennifer Lopez, by the way, is so goddamn attractive. She really are. She's really attractive. The other thing that these people are right at my age, you know what I mean? So I care about these people. You know what I mean? Because they're right at my age, but my God. She's 52 years old and she's so good looking. I mean, it really is. It's astounding how attractive she is. To be that good looking at 52 is really something. Okay? And they were on a boat together. And there were snapshots of them hanging out on the boat, and Ben Affleck was laying on the boat in her bikini, right? And Affleck is laying down next to her, right? And his hand is on her ass. So I'm asking if you saw this picture before I talk about it any further.
What, that old picture?
I don't know.
Or is it a new one?
It was the one they took. They took it literally. They took it last
No,
week.
I haven't seen any new pictures.
Oh, this was taken. Yeah, this was taken like just the other day. Okay, I'll show you this picture. You got to see it. It's really something. So the thing I want to point out though is I'm gonna show the photo. Hold on, I'll show the photo, and then I'll point something out about it. Okay, and I want your thoughts. Okay, here we go. There's Affleck's hand on her ass. By the way, that's right where my hand would be if I were with Jennifer Lopez.
Wasn't there like a picture? Wasn't there like a picture of like this like a long time ago too? And everyone went nuts about it.
I don't know, but here's what I do know: he's wearing a shirt.
Yeah,
He's outside on a boat, and he's wearing a t-shirt.
Okay,
he's not topless. I'm telling you, he's still got that tattoo.
Yeah. So.
Well, because we know what she feels about it. So obviously,
way too much into this.
No, I'm saying that she's probably telling him, Don't show.
Dare have your shirt off around me?
Yeah. Don't show me that tattoo. You know. And Fat 420 says, Ray, you'll look that good when you do Botox, lips, and skin. No, you know, her body is because she works out, and I mean, she works her ass off. That's why she still got that body at 52. You know what I mean? She's an amazing person, you know. Because of that body. I mean, that's not natural for a 52-year-old to have that. I mean, holy moly. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You like these photos, don't you, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was probably telling him to make sure that he kept all of his fingers visible while they were on her butt.
You think so?
I would.
Yeah. Yeah. Show me your ass. Yeah.
Wax Wednesday.
I mean, look at that.
I bet she waxes. Ooh.
That's not the ass of a 52-year-old.
No.
Yeah. You like her, Steve, or is she too
Oh,
old?
yeah. Oh, no. Too old for me. I'm older than you are.
I'm just saying, is she too old for you? That's
she doesn't hang out at a college.
She's
It
not
doesn't
doing
make
that.
any difference.
She's not at the Painter pool.
Well, if she was.
She's not hanging out at Walmart looking at produce.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, could you imagine being Ben Affleck is filming. He's filming the Flash movie right now, you know? He's filming that Flash movie. So he's playing Batman during the week. And then on the weekend, he's on a boat with J-Lo. Holy, what a life this guy has. Holy shit, I'll tell you that. Good for him. What a life. Way to go. Yeah. Look at that ass. I put that ass up so Steve could get. I put that ass up so Steve could get a look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Britney Spears shared some type of topless photo. Did you see that, Nick? She was on the Instagram. And she was on the Instagram and she shared a photo of herself topless. You know, this is while she's going. She's trying to go through court right now to prove that she's trying to go through court to prove that she's responsible enough to run her own life. You know? And yet she posts a photo She posts a photo on Instagram of her being topless.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I'm Well, I'm just saying that, the photo then disappeared. The photo then disappeared from Instagram. Like somebody
Made her take it down.
Yeah, somebody reminded her, hey, or I'm sure it was her lawyer, whoever her lawyer is now, that said,
hey, you may want to not have that.
Hey, let's
FYI.
Yeah. Let's not
draw any attention.
Yeah. Let's not be posting this photo. So I'm gonna show you. Here's the picture she posted. All right. You'll like this, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah. See that, Britney Spears? Yeah. Yeah. Post that naked photo. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So here's this, and then you could see that if you read the message, or somebody says, "Oh, this picture is getting deleted," right? And sure enough, they ended up deleting the photo. So, yeah, you like that one, Steve? Yeah, yeah. They had to remind her that she's
yeah, you want to prove that you're
stable,
and
you can make decisions for yourself. I'm not sure if that's the way to do it. I could not imagine being, being so famous that everybody wants to,
everyone wants a piece of you.
Yeah. And by the way, you're right. You are right, Nick. Something you said was absolutely correct. That was the Jenny from the Block video that J-Lo did all those years ago.
Yep.
The Jenny from the Block video had a famous picture of Ben Affleck and J-Lo on a boat. All right. And it said the picture of them from the other day perhaps was a recreation of the original video. This is them,
Yep.
What, 30 years ago or 20 years ago, whenever it was? That's them as young people. His hands on her butt. I'll tell you what, she looks better now. I know that's crazy, but she looks better now. The body at 52 looks better than it did at 20 something. More power to him.
Oh.
Yeah, you like that, huh, Steve? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I like Ben Affleck. I don't know how long this is going to last, but I hope for his sake it lasts a while. They got a good thing going on. Good for them. Yeah. I'm trying to find if there's any more news stories that would allow me to show Steve any more photos. Yeah. Yeah. Free Britney Spears, right, Steve?
You bet.
Free Britney to date Steve. Yeah. Britney Spears. Yeah. Date Steve, Britney. That's what she needs. So what's the plan today? What are you doing, Steve? Where are you going?
Probably nowhere today.
You're not going anywhere?
I don't think so.
I'll be damned.
Maybe I need to go find Britney Spears.
So you're not planning on going to Walmart or anywhere, huh?
No,
No.
He's making a deep dive on the internet.
Yeah, who knows what he's gonna do?
He's gonna land up on an FBI watch list today.
Yeah. Not today's not. You think today's the day?
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe today's the day. Steve. Maybe today is the day. Yeah. Could you imagine being as famous as like Ben Affleck and J-Lo? You can't even take a vacation.
No, people taking pictures of you.
Yeah. But look, I mean, I'll share some pictures, stuff that really, like here's Affleck and Lopez. They're on that boat, okay? They're on that boat, and I have a thought about what's going on that boat. All right. And I want to bring it up, but first let me show you this other photo. Okay. Yeah. Look at that, Steve. They're making out.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, they're making out. Yeah.
Who's the third party involved?
Yeah, there's always somebody around them. Whenever there's stuff going on, there's always someone around them. And there's people taking pictures of it.
Right.
Which is kind of weird. Like here, I'm going to show you. Here's another picture of them. They're in the midst of doing something. Like that's Affleck's on the bottom and she's on top of him there. There's some woman right next to her.
Yeah. Maybe she's a distraction.
I'm just saying, what's going on there?
Yeah.
I'm not in the middle of romance having people hanging out with me,
Right.
Yeah. The way that, I mean, I want some privacy. Some alone time. I don't need to have people right there hanging out next to me. I just think that's kind of weird. So all their pictures have, there's someone next to them, which is very weird. But yet at the same time, they can't do anything without, I mean, who's the person that found them out? They're on her yacht doing this. Who found them? You know, who found them on the yacht, and where are they taking that picture from? You know,
they've got people waiting for them to like make a move to go somewhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. That's the best part about how shitty my life is now. Really. I've never had anybody trying to take my pictures, you know, on a yacht or anything, but I'm saying that like that was the worst part of like when my shows were doing really good and, you know, and like I had a small amount of fame. I never had a large amount of fame. You know what I mean? I had a small amount of fame. But even when I had that, it was sort of annoying, you know? Even the small amount of fame had times that were annoying. Like now, no one cares. That's the best part about, you know. That's the best part about, you know, losing your job and, you know, and all that stuff. There's nobody out there wondering what's going on with Ray Lytle. You know, you don't get that embarrassment. Like, it's a little embarrassing when people see me in the wheelchair, you know what I mean? That's a little embarrassing, but, you know. But outside of that, you know. Outside of that, for the most part, it's not too bad, you know. I'm not like Nick Talk _78 famous, you know. So, what can I say?
Neither am I.
Well, Nick is very famous.
I am not very famous.
Very, very famous. That's very sad. Very famous. How is the TikTok? Are you gaining fans or losing fans?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention. I actually haven't done much recently, so.
Yeah, are you getting too good for it? What's going on?
No. I'm just kind of in a blah state right now. Not very creative.
See, I think you're creative.
I know. I'm just in a mood.
What's causing the mood?
Just life.
Not your racism.
Shut up.
I just wanted to make sure.
Bunch of white people keeping me down.
I'll tell you, that's what causes my mood.
Bunch of white people?
Yeah.
I can see why.
I don't want you white people, you know. I don't want you white people harassing me. Yeah, I'm trying to.
I mean, if they're giving Simone Biles a hard time.
Yeah. Well, I think. Oh, I did see something funny that. I saw something funny you put up. I got a good laugh out of it. But it was But you're right. I don't think there's any recent.
No, there's been some.
Yeah.
Here and there, but nothing. There will be. I wrote some things down, so
yeah,
I just got to do it.
So there's a writing process to that?
Well, there's little notes that I'll like, if I think of a joke, I'll write it down so I don't forget it.
Oh. No.
Or an idea.
Yeah. And then you have to map it out and schedule it and, figure it out and blah, blah, blah.
It usually takes like 10 minutes to figure out where it's going to go.
Well, good for you. I'll be damned. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. There's no new Nick Talk content.
Nope, not right now. There will be.
Well, I saw something that you put up I thought was really funny, but I don't even know if you want to talk about it, but it's really fun. It was really funny. I'll tell you off the air though, if you want. I don't know.
I didn't talk about it. I don't care.
Well, it's the podcast that.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was great. However, was a little hypocritical for somebody who gets mad at my comments about your racism. But
I mentioned nothing about race in that. Are you kidding me?
Here's what I love. You have this guy, you say, here's your choice. And you say, would you rather meet someone and you shake their hands and your hand is automatically wet?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
The choices you give are I thought it was very, very funny.
Yes. Or you have to constantly show your belly button.
Yes. So when you're meeting someone for the first time,
yes.
Either you're going to shake their hand
and it's going to be really wet. Or you're going to meet them and your belly is showing.
Yes, I thought it was very funny because the guy's reaction was fantastic.
Yes.
So let me know when you guys do that, because I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd rather promote that than that mayhem mess anytime. I thought it was great. I thought it was really funny. And the reaction the reaction was
great.
Friggin' fantastic. Yeah. It was just great. But I saw that, but that was a tick. I don't know when that happened, but
that happened Sunday.
Oh, so it was recent. Oh.
Yeah.
So it was recent. Good for you.
Yeah, we were trying something out.
Well, you should keep it up. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I haven't heard or seen the whole thing yet, but
Yeah, it was kind of a test run.
Well, I liked it. I thought it was very funny. So I just thought that was such a great question. Would you rather shake someone's hand with wet hands or have your belly button show? I thought it was great. What would you rather do, Steve?
I don't know. Probably shake someone's hand with a wet hand.
You what? You would what?
Probably.
You'd probably shake a hand with your wet hand?
Yeah.
Rather than show someone your belly button?
Right, yeah.
You probably accidentally show that belly button all the time. I'm just saying. Words are great. There's powerful There's a lot of power in words and choices. I just thought it was fantastic. That guy cracked me up trying to decide was really funny.
Yes.
And it wasn't offensive or dirty or anything. It was a really well thought out bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I liked it.
It actually comes from a game called Pick Your Poison. So they have all these cards that have scenarios like that.
I thought it was fantastic. Yeah. And last but not least, because it's almost 10 o'clock, a guy in Russia tried to rob a sex shop on Saturday. But I'll show you I can show you the video. You want me to show you the video? A guy tried to rob a sex shop, but the woman working at the sex shop fought him off. Okay. I'm going to show you the video. All right, let me share the screen first. And then I'll hit play. But I'll show you guys the video. All right, can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you'll see it in a second. First, I had to let the ad play or whatever. Because God forbid the news not have a freaking ad in it. All right. You'll see it in a second. She's going to fight the guy off.
She's going to beat him off.
I just want you to pay attention to what and how. All right. You'll see the guy come in. The guy has a knife. Ask for the money.
Yeah. To the face.
And then she grabs a giant sex toy and starts beating him with it. There you go. There you go. That'll one day that'll be Steve.
No.
Getting beat off.
Yeah. The woman pulled out an 18-inch flesh-colored sex toy and started beating the guy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And eventually he ran out the front entrance. And they called the police.
Leave
they called
in the back
the police door. And I don't know if it was the front or back door. They called the police, and the police began looking for the guy, but there's no report on whether he was caught or not.
I don't think I'd want to go to the hospital. Have any kind of abrasion. How did you get these? What?
Yeah.
Beat with a sex toy.
So you could tell them that you were beaten with a sex toy.
Yeah.
The necro creeper strikes again.
Got struck again.
Hey, by the way, today's the day. Tier 4 members are going to get the most classic of podcast releases. Tier 4 members are going to get the debut show of The Morning Disaster from April 15th of 1996. How about that? Yeah. I've never released it before. It's never, in fact, I had never heard it before until I listened while I was loading it. So you guys who are tier 4, you're going to get this today.
Ooh.
So if someone wants to get it, if you want to get it, just go to tier 4. Go to tier 4. By the way, Adam's pointing out that was 25. Thank you, Adam. He's pointing out that was 25 years ago. Holy shit. Oh my God. Could you imagine that? 25 years ago. Holy shit. I all of a sudden feel really old. Oh well. That wraps up today. I don't have to work out until this afternoon, so
oh, there you go.
We went a little longer. Hope it didn't bother anybody.
No.
Steve, are you staying home or going anywhere? What are you doing today?
I'm probably staying home today.
So you're not going through like the Walmart?
No.
Aisles
Probably tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably be out and about tomorrow.
But you're home today. All right. Yeah, I like when Steve goes out because he ends up describing his day, and we always get a good creeper story out of it.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be a good one for tomorrow because I got a lot to do tomorrow.
All right. We'll get those good creeper tales.
Yeah.
2 shows tomorrow. We have the morning show, the free morning show, and then the afternoon subscriber show. How about that? Yeah. Fat 420 says, Steve's staying home to look out the window to creep and see if there are any women running through the neighborhood pooping.
Well, I already do that. I do that every day.
Would you want to watch some woman pooping?
Oh no.
I'm not sure.
Very hesitant in that answer.
Yeah.
No.
My answer is very detailed. Hell no.
Emphatic.
I'm just saying, Steve, you sounded like you had to think about it.
Well,
no.
Yeah, yeah. You sounded like you were somehow in your head. You were going, let me see. Maybe there's something about that.
Well, if it was J-Lo, yes, I would definitely stay there and watch. Or someone attractive. I mean, now, but
yeah, it just depends on the person.
Yeah.
By the way, can I point out when I was talking about J-Lo? Holly said something. She's a Latina female. They age very well. She's smoking hot. And then she goes off and says more, but I got to tell you, yeah, I'll tell you, we Latino people, we age very well. I mean, Nick, I know I don't look good, but I look like I could pull off younger than I am, right?
Yeah, I see your Instagram photos.
Yeah. Well, my Instagram photos are literally, it's when I get done working out, I just take a picture of myself. There's no anything to my Instagram photos other than I just got done working out.
Yeah.
I don't do myself. If I take a shower and, and then get out and do my hair, and I'm sure I could take a good picture. Although I haven't for quite some time. But I'm sure I could take a good picture and look even younger. But I'm just telling you, being Latino, and my wife is Latin as well. My wife's makeup is the same as mine. Like I'm 50% Mexican. And then I'm, then I have the Lytolini, which is Dutch and Scottish and, all kinds of mutt, of European American whatever mixed together. My wife's father's name was Wilkinson, and he was German and a mixture of German and whatever. But like we have the Lytles are have the Dutch Scottish thing. And my grandmother, her maiden name was Bone. And she would describe herself as she was pure hillbilly. So there was that, so there was a little bit of hillbilly mixed in. And that's how I look the way I look. Well, I'm saying my wife, her father was German and came over, and her father was funny. We did a ancestry thing or whatever that site is where you check your family.
23andMe.
Not the 23andMe. We did the
Ancestry.com.
Yeah. And we found that his family fought in they've been in wars forever. They even fought in the Civil War. Guess which side? Guess which side they fought for, Nick? I got to tell you, my family, the Lytle side of my family, fought in the Civil War. Guess which side? The Lytle family fought for the North, for the Union. I'm just
well, them Patriots.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. When we checked my wife's family, it turned out that she had family members that did fight. They were in the Civil War. But my family fought on the winning side. Her family, not so much. So there's some hillbilly in her background as well. Not that I rubbed that in. But it may have come up. It may have come up. And my wife does not like me talking. In fact, she's going to
bringing it up.
No, she'll kick my ass if she finds out. If she finds out I brought this up on the show, she will not be happy. But, she's got a little bit of hillbilly in her too. So I'm just saying that my wife has aged very well. She's gotten some weight. She's gained some weight, in the last few years, but she still looks very good and very young. I mean, Steve, you saw my wife. Nick, you saw my wife. You guys saw her not that long ago. She still looks young.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm not crazy. I mean, I know she doesn't look 28 anymore, but
right.
She doesn't. My wife does not look her age. So I'm just saying, Holly's right. I think it's because it's the dark complexion, the Mexican side of us that ages well. The white side of us is wanting to look like we're 70. But the Mexican side of us is keeping us looking somewhat young. So at least we got that going for us. However, my Lytle side has fought.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. because that means time's up.
Yep.
Oh.
Take it home, Steve.
Been a great show today. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we should wrap it up or he wants to come back and wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't know either. He was saying it about time to wrap it up, so
yeah.
Give him a few more seconds. Yeah.
He might be having internet issues. Well, I guess just go ahead and wrap it up. Stay tuned tomorrow for 2 shows, the morning and the afternoon show.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone. And afternoon show is Patreon, right?
Yep. Afternoon show is Patreon.
Okay, so if you're a Patreon member, you'll have the afternoon show tomorrow. If you want to be a Patreon member, sign up for your tiers and get that extra show. So thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Enjoy your day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yep. See you tomorrow, Nick.